Hey everybody, welcome to the video. I, as always, am your host, Justin Lesko, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu brown belt and former pro MMA fighter. UFC 267 was this past weekend and it delivered. We had two title fights. One was an absolute banger and one featured a beatdown from the oldest fighter to ever win a championship for the first time. We also had a few Russians earn dominant victories via incredible wrestling and control. And first of all, I want to say thank you to everyone who watched the video I posted right after the event, breaking down the Islam Makhachev Kimura against Dan Hooker. Those videos are some of my favorite to make, but believe it or not, they probably take the most amount of work per minute of video, so I appreciate you checking it out. If you haven't seen it already, I'll put it up here, and you should watch it, not just because it's my breakdown, but also because it was a really great Kimura. Just textbook, as clean a Kimura as you can do. Islam is now 21-1, 10-1 in the UFC, and he's won 6 of those 10 wins via stoppage. He's also got Khabib in his corner, so that says something too. I've seen some people calling for Islam to get the next title shot at 155, but we've got a great problem to have: too many top competitors in that division. The champ Oliveira is fighting Dustin Poirier in December, and this coming weekend we've got Justin Gaethje against Michael Chandler. Speaking of this coming weekend and UFC 268, if you're not a member of this channel, you are missing out. Case in point, the betting guide and preview show for UFC 268 that I'm going to be putting out later in this week for members only. You can become a member for as little as $3 a month, and you get tons of bonus content, bonus episodes, Q&A episodes, early access to some episodes. And like I said, I put out betting guides to tell you what bets I'm making and why. Check it out via the link in the description below. But back to the lightweight division. You could argue the winner of Chandler versus Gaethje should get the winner of Oliveira versus Poirier, unless of course both Chandler and Oliveira win since they just fought. But then again, I wouldn't mind seeing that fight again. Either way, Islam doesn't quite fit in there. He's the 5th man out. Maybe let's do Islam versus Dariush and see how the winner of that factors into the other fights coming up. Hooker, and I hate to say this and I rarely do, he needs to fight down in the rankings a bit. He's lost 3 of his last 4 fights, but those were to Islam, obviously, Michael Chandler, and Dustin Poirier. There's no shame in losing to any of those guys, but records matter, and you're never going to fight for a title unless you can string wins together. It's hard to argue for someone being ranked in the top 5 when they're struggling to win fights. Let me see Hooker against someone in the top 15 to top 10 range and get some wins in. I like Dan Hooker. I'm a fan of Dan Hooker. I want him to do well. My man needs some wins. I said we had a few Russians this weekend. Islam was one, obviously, and Khamzat Chimaev was the other. Khamzat choked out Li Jingliang in the first round after he basically ragdolled him. I think he picked him up and carried him across the octagon to talk to Dana White while he was beating him up. Here's a crazy Khamzat stat. He's fought 4 fights in the UFC and he has absorbed 1 significant strike. One time someone hit him with a significant strike in 4 fights. He's 10-0 and he's 4-0 overall in the UFC with 4 stoppage wins. The hype train is real and I am on board. I'm not saying that he should be fighting for a title tomorrow, but he needs to fight someone in the top 5. I said it. I think my favorite fight of the weekend was Petr Yan versus Corey Sandhagen for the interim 135-pound title. This fight was a lot of fun to watch. We're obviously going to get Aljamain Sterling versus Yan next to unify the title, and that build-up should be fun since there's legit bad blood there. If you missed what happened last time, check out this video. Corey Sandhagen is a great fighter. I think he could be champion one day. I still think that. It just, unfortunately, it wasn't his time to be champion right now. Yan just might be on another level than everyone else at 135. And I'll tell you what I like about Yan, he gets better and better as the fight goes on. If you don't get him out of there early, it feels like you missed the only shot you've got because he's just going to keep getting better as he keeps going. Something tells me in the next 2 to 3 years, we're going to see Yan versus Sandhagen again in a title fight. Who will get better over those 2 to 3 years? I don't know. Where does Aljo fit in that mix? I don't know. Will these three guys just keep passing the belt around? Maybe. But first, we need Aljamain Sterling to get healthy, and hopefully we'll find out. Glover Teixeira is an ageless wonder and a treasure. Glover fought for the light heavyweight title and lost to John Jones in 2014, and it took him 7 years to get back to another shot at the belt. He just turned 42 years old, and this was for sure his last shot at a belt. If he did not win this fight, I don't think there was enough time left in his career to work his way back to another shot. Fortunately for him, he made the most of this opportunity. First things first, Jan Blachowicz is a very good fighter. Glover made him look like he's not. I said on Twitter before this fight that I was sad that one of these guys would have to lose, but at the same time, I'm really happy for Glover. By all accounts, he's a really great dude, and I'm happy to see him have success and finally achieve his goal. I know Jan isn't going anywhere. He doesn't seem the type to take a loss and let it ruin his whole life. I think we will see him back against someone in the top 5 soon. I hope, and he's not seen his last shot at the title. It seems like Glover's first title defense will be against Yuri Prochazka, and that will be a big test for Glover. Can the old guy tour keep rolling? I kinda hope so. It gives me hope that since all of us are eventually going to be 42 years old, maybe we can all still win a UFC title. I thought UFC 267 was a great card. Let me know in the comments what your favorite fight was and why. While you're in the comments, you might as well hit the like button and the subscribe button while you're at it. Be sure to check out the member area to get access to all the bonus content, including the UFC 268 betting guide that is coming in the next few days just for members. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.